Hi there, welcome to the Fish Pack. I am so excited to have you here. My name's Tom Fish, I'm an ex-English military physical training instructor, and I just wanted to say congratulations on choosing to invest in yourself and in your future by joining this program. You've made an excellent decision, one that you'll be able to look back on as the decision that changed everything for you. These next 90 days are crucial because if you want to see results with anything in your life, then you need a solid foundation, and this program is going to set you up perfectly just for that. Depending on where you're starting, you might not have a perfectly etched out six-pack in 3 months. I mean, you definitely could if you worked hard enough, but this is going to lay the perfect foundation for you to be able to make that happen. It will be 10 times easier for you doing it with me versus if you hadn't enrolled in this program at all. So if a strong core and nice abs is what you're after, then you're in the right place. I know you might dive into some of these videos and you think to yourself, why do I need to be doing leg exercises if I want a six-pack? Well, there's quite a few reasons for this. Think of your body like a chain. What happens if there's a kink or a weakness in that chain and it gets pulled around? The weak link snaps. This is just like your body. If there's a weakness anywhere in your body, sooner or later, that's going to show. And your core is at the center of all exercises. That's why it's called your core. Performing leg exercises requires a huge amount of core strength. To get a great set of abs, you need to be doing a lot of those rather than just sit-ups and mat work. Don't you want to be at your peak of your own physical capability as well as looking good? I think you do. Okay, so we talked about foundation, and not only will you have a really solid foundation, you'll have caught your first wave of momentum. Think about an aircraft. It takes a lot of effort to get that off the ground, but once it's up, it just keeps flying. And that's the same with your fitness. I'm going to be here to guide you and help you to get that aircraft off the ground so that by the time we're done working together, you won't even need my help anymore. You'll have the foundation and all the momentum you need to have made a lasting impact to carry into your fitness journey. One thing's clear, you're here to get results, and if you want results, you're going to have to do the work. Being here, reading this information, watching these videos is great, but you must take action in the exact step-by-step sequence that's laid out for you. And do the work that is required of you in order to get what you came here for. Keep in mind, doing your workouts is so important, but a big piece of your success is going to come down to the nutrition aspect. You can't expect to get abs if you aren't taking care of your body in the kitchen, so let's talk about that for a minute. Now you might be thinking, am I going to be counting calories, counting my macros, weighing on my food? The answer is no. I don't want you overcomplicating things, so let's try and keep things simple. But here's something I want you to keep in mind. Total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE. This estimates how many calories your body burns daily by accounting for 3 major contributing factors: the number of calories your body burns whilst at rest, your activity level, and the amount of energy your body uses to metabolize the food you eat. Now, everyone's TDEE is going to be different because everyone has different body types. Some people can eat whatever they want and not put on any weight, that's kind of like me, and others just look at a burger and they feel like their belt buckle's going to tighten. No matter who you are and what your body's like, it does not matter. You can use whatever you have been given by the higher powers to your advantage. And so I suggest using a TDEE calculator, and you can find it on the website below this video. And what this will do is give you a very accurate set of calories and macronutrients that you should be aiming towards for your specific goal. Now, a question I get a lot is, should I be counting calories? My answer is probably not. I mean, you can count them if you really think you can keep up with it, but it can be very time consuming, and if you're not ready for such a lifestyle shift, you might just crash and burn, and that's what we don't want. But what I do suggest you do is just start being more aware of all the foods you're buying and all the foods that you're consuming. Don't overcomplicate it too much. Think more protein, more fruit and veggies, and less sugars and less processed crap. A great way to make sure you're getting the nutrition you need is meal prep every few days, or sign up for a meal prep delivery service. I've linked some websites and meal prep companies for you if you aren't a pro in the kitchen and need some help with this. Overall, like I said, I just want you to start becoming more aware of your nutrition. So start looking at the labels, try to choose the option with more protein, have a ballpark idea of how many calories you're going to be eating each day. Trust me, this becomes way easier the more you do it. What I want you to remember is this is a lifestyle change forever. This isn't a 3-month fad or a quick fix. I know people try to sell you all sorts of diet plans, pills and so on, but those quick fixes never lead to results. And that's what I'm here to help you to do. I'm here to help you build your awareness, your knowledge, and help you create an incredible foundation for a lifestyle that will once and for all finally stick. So stay with me, and this is going to change your life forever. Now, something to keep in mind when you're doing all the workouts is time under tension. I don't want you rushing the lifts, because the longer that you resist that weight, the more beneficial it's going to be for you. All the exercises are measured in RPE, or rate of perceived exertion. 10 meaning that you can't do any more. That last rep is truly your last rep. Around 7 to 8 it means you should have a couple of reps left in the tank. During every rep, I really want you to focus on slowing the movement down during the lowering phase or the eccentric phase. About 3 seconds is a good time to aim for, so you should really be concentrating on that 3 seconds when you're lowering the weight. Say I'm doing a shoulder press, I start with the bar in the front rack position, I push the bar overhead as quickly as possible, especially if it's a heavy weight. Then as I come down, you're counting down from 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1, back to the starter position, then perform another rep. Now this leads on nicely to another thing I want you to think about, and it's something that is called mind to muscle connection. Your mind is really so powerful and it's very connected to your body. It has a lot to say in how your body moves and develops. So when you're doing exercises, I want you to really focus on the muscle you're actually working. It can be quite hard to understand at first, but I promise you it works. The quicker you understand this concept, the quicker you will reap the benefits. I went years just working out and not really concentrating that much on what I was actually doing, and I'm telling you, I missed out on a lot of growth. And don't worry, because I made that mistake, so hopefully you don't have to. Simply put, tell your body to grow, will it to get strong, be positive, and it will. And this might seem a bit foreign because it isn't something that's taught in schools or you never see it on the news, but our minds really are incredibly powerful, and because I could talk about this for hours, I recommend jumping on Google, having a research on mind and body connection and the power of the mind, because understanding this concept can be so incredibly powerful. Another must-do in order for your body to grow and progress is something we call progressive overload. So what this means is that you need to be aiming to increase the weights you're lifting every single week, even if it is by 1 pound or 2 pounds. I know it might not seem like much, but if you increase 2 pounds in your, say, squat every week, then you'll be lifting around 100 pounds more in 1 year's time. And this is actually what we call the compound effect, which by definition, and as you can see from this chart here, is the seemingly insignificant things you can do on a daily basis that add up over time and quite literally make or break your success. Those little 2 pounds of weights, which might not seem like a big deal at the time, will compound greatly over the course of a year. And the compound effect can work against you too. Here's an example. One day you might just be thinking, like, oh, I can't be bothered to go to the gym today, it's just one day, like, what's the big deal? When you start having thoughts that creep in like this, I want you to remember this photo, because you might think, well, it's just one workout, but in the long term, you're really hurting your own success. This concept doesn't just apply to fitness. It applies to your money, your health, everything. And I really recommend getting this book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, which is linked below this video. Also, along with a spreadsheet that I've made for you to fill in, to track your lifts to make sure that you're progressing with the weights over time. The best way to improve something is to track it, so it's really important that you do this. I want you to acknowledge that I know you're going to have some really hard days. Everybody has hard days, I have hard days. On those days, it might be really hard to muster up the energy to go to the gym. So let's talk about that for a bit. On days like this, I want you to focus on one of two things. One, being remembering that the compound effect is working for or against you, and two, being your goals and why you started this plan in the first place. Because if you're here, there's a reason for it. Maybe you're tired of looking in the mirror and not feeling confident. Maybe you get injured easy because you're lacking physical strength. Or maybe you were bullied as a kid, I don't know. But whatever it is, you're here to take your power back and control over your life and mind. Look, I can't tell you what the reason is, but I want you to dig deep and try and pull it out. That might be tough, it might be emotional, but I want you to try and figure out what it is that you had to decide was enough and that you were ready to change. And I want you to remember this and focus on this when things get tough. I want you to remember that now is the time to change, no matter how hard it is. Now, I also want you to focus on some fitness goals that I want you to aim towards. Maybe in the next 3 months, you want to be able to do 10 pull-ups, drink a gallon of water, hold a plank for 5 minutes, or lose your gut. I want you to choose 3 and write them down in the document I've linked. I also have some free space where I suggest you write down your why moment, which is what we talked about a minute ago, or an F this I'm done moment. Put it on paper so you don't forget. Along with that, I want you to jump on the internet and find a few inspiration photos. Maybe you have a favorite role model who inspires you. Maybe you want to have a fridge filled with vegetables and healthy meats. Or maybe you just want to be able to see the lines of your six-pack. Just grab a few photos from the internet to represent what you want to accomplish in the next 90 days, and I want you to print it out and look at it every day. If you don't have a printer, you can just write these in a notebook, but I do encourage you to still grab some inspiration photos and set it as your phone or computer background, so when things get tough, you have a visual reminder of what you're working towards. Every time you open your phone or open your laptop, you're going to see that reminder. And because I know how important the next 90 days are, I wanted to throw in an extra little bit of motivation. At the end of these 90 days, if you send me a progress picture, I'll send you a $25 Amazon gift card for free. I've been told many times I'm crazy for charging so little for this information. Although this program didn't cost you that much, the price is absolutely not correlated with the value. I know for a fact, just taking into account what some of the information in this program has done for other people, I could charge a lot more for it. But I know making it accessible is the right thing to do. This is how I'm going to make the impact in the world that I want to, and send the elevator back down to those who are in my shoes all the way back in 2009 when I first got started with fitness. You have made an incredible decision, one that will absolutely change your life, and I'm very excited to work with you for the weeks and months ahead. There's something that I want you to do right now, and it's linked in this program, and it's to join my Facebook group. It's called Fit by Fish, and it's going to be an incredible resource for you for a few reasons. First reason, I'm going to be hosting a weekly live call every Thursday at 1 p.m. EST. You can grab the link for that below in this video as well. The call is going to be on Zoom, where everyone can get together in a group setting so that I can check in, hold you accountable, and answer any questions that you might have. The second reason is something I call the power of association, which means you become like the people that are in your circle or that you're hanging around with. So if you look around and everyone else isn't happy, they're not healthy, then that's probably where you're going to stay. Don't worry, there's a way to counteract that, and that is by getting around more like-minded and goal-orientated people, and I've created this for you in the community. So not only are you going to join the group, but I encourage you to be an active group member as well. Post when you've finished a workout, show your form in all your exercises, connect with other members to help you and hold you accountable. Get on the group calls and post clips of you performing any workouts if you need help. This is really important because if you have a question, I don't want you to keep doing the exercise and potentially be doing it wrong, which could lead to injury or just not progressing. So video it, post it, and I'll give you feedback to help correct your form so that you can get most out of the program. So let's recap. I want you to join the Facebook group, intro yourself, fill out your goals, print out some photos, and then also print out the progressive overload sheet, and you can dive into your workout whenever you're ready. Have fun. See you soon.